It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He's ready to get right back to it.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away.
And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
So, CB, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
And that's caught inside the 35.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now they try the right side here. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
This defense for the Dolphins, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17.
It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
So they'll decline the penalty there and go ahead and keep the yards lost on that last play.
play action. They'll throw. Rolling to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Was not
the Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Steps away. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges deliver to the end.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogba in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes him manageable now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking to throw. Going for it all. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and
the Browns drive about to get started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
And now they're in the hurry up. Here's a 2nd and 7. Buying time to his left.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
One of the things that led this organization to commit to him as a starting quarterback as a rookie, his ability to keep his eyes downfield and make plays out of the pocket. Able to see the receiver while on the move and complete a really accurate throw.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield.
A big play that time for Cleveland. 52 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the The Browns drive about to get started. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now he'll let this one go. Deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
On the move to his left. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. A second time. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw now on 1st down. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. We are in the 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
103 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to work his way down to the 16. He gets him moving forward again with an 8-yard run, but they'll still be left with 14 yards to go on 3rd. They'll look to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what is the... Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession?
Let's go do this thing, baby. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of every...
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Pushes past him. And he's got some space here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 5 yards, a good run there, now 2nd and goal. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. They'll try to run this one in, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Browns, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head